Good morning. How are you all? Mark, you're going to have to do something with that hat. I cannot have that in my face. There we go.
It's very...
Mark, you're killing me with that hat. When he's asleep tonight, I'm going to take your advice, Guy Elise, and I'm going to get a great big pair of scissors and I'm going to chop it up. How about
That's
that?
not right. What are you going to do to the hat? There we go. It should stay there now. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get a bit of light
We had
on us.
light. Now we don't have light. Oh, God, you're such a fidget.
Fidget bums, fidget
What are you
bums,
doing?
Fidget
Just
bum
turn it
bums.
up. That's it.
There's a strange sort of light here today. We were filming earlier. It's like a dark, it's like a shadow over
think
the
it's-
earth.
Yeah, it's like a big shadow over Christmas.
How are we all feeling yesterday? Obviously, we did the live straight after the
Hi, Dan boy.
announcement. And it was just so good. I was reading through some of the messages, actually, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody said,
Oh, it's Darren Boy's birthday today. Happy birthday.
oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Darren boy. Happy birthday to you.
And you.
And somebody, there was lots of you actually very sweetly saying thank you for doing the live straight after the announcement yesterday. But quite a few people say, it was lovely that you did the live, but we did feel that you were wanting to be reassured as well. And I went, well,
We
of
were.
course. It's exactly what it is. It's a two-way street. And for us, these big things don't happen anymore in our lives without us immediately thinking of you as a group, as a community, and also the individuals, because we know a lot of your stories. So
Yeah.
we do actually say, oh God, how's so-and-so going to cope? What's going to happen? How's such and such?
true.
So we do feel we're in it with you in this. We have felt that right from the beginning of lockdown. And of course, way before lockdown, before this effing pandemic, you know, it's a real family on here and has been for the last 2 years. So I just wanted to say just a personal thank you to everybody
Yeah.
yesterday, because it was big news and it was really good to
We all
talk
held
to
each
all of
other's
you
hands.
and hold each other's hands.
Can I just say, happy birthday to Izzy.
Happy birthday to Izzy. Happy birthday, dear
Fizzy
Izzy. Happy birthday to you.
Isabel Adderley.
If you are listening, we can't wait to spoil you.
Can't wait to spoil you. Now, I'm going to now put my face in a facial expression that manifests the news we've had.
Okay. Okay, now put the face on of March when we had the news. Okay. And now add to the news that we've got today that we have vaccines, multiple vaccines. So it changes from this news is shit, but it's not as shit as March actually, because we've got so many more therapeutics now. They treat people in a completely different way in hospital. The vaccines, they're saying that the vaccine, Oxford vaccine, is going to be approved in a matter of days. So things are better.
Can I just say, though, the little bit of news that I found a little bit depressing this morning?
Yeah.
I was just looking at just before we went live. They're talking about tier 4 for 2 or 3 months.
Well, yeah, I'm afraid. Why haven't you put any of this in the title?
Because I haven't had time to scratch my
Okay,
arse.
so I can say this if you want to put it in. So basically, I was watching Sophie Ridge this morning, and she did say to a number of different people, and they all answered in their own way, but it was kind of yes. Can people in tier 4 expect to be in tier 4 until the vaccine rollout? And they more or less said yes. But Mark hasn't been able to answer this. Can anyone else answer it? What defines the vaccine rollout?
That it can
What
reach
numbers?
all parts. I think it's something like 50% of the population being vaccinated.
What, having been vaccinated?
Yeah, here it
That's
is.
a year.
Hang on. It's got.
No, it
they've
can't
got it
be
here. Look, Matt Hancock suggests tier 4 could last until rollout takes effect.
Right,
What
okay,
does that
what
mean?
does that mean?
So Matt Hancock has suggested tier 4 coronavirus restrictions could last for the next couple of months until the vaccine rollout is effective.
God.
We've really got to
That's
get this under
terrible
control.
news.
Essentially, we have got to get that vaccine rolled out to keep people safe. What does that mean?
Rolled out. What does that
The
mean?
rollout of the vaccine will be a huge logistical undertaking, and it could take several months to get those priority groups fully vaccinated.
But what they need to
There's
do
no
is...
way we're going to achieve that before spring, says Professor Linda Ball. I've had it. I've had it.
You are kidding me.
I've had it. I've had it.
Oh, shit, that's such bad news. I'm not going to lie. Not even I can pretty that one up.
Sorry, I've had it.
Oh, my God, guys. Tier 4 isn't lockdown, though. You can still go out to work at factories, construction sites, using public transport to do so. No, but it is effectively a lockdown for life, for your living, isn't it? And all the restaurants, all the shops, they're not going to survive this. They're not going to survive it, are they? No. They're going to have to dig very deep into those pockets again.
I don't understand.
Supplement all these people.
Yeah, it's lockdown without calling it a lockdown for so long.
We are going to be in tier 4 till spring.
And look, here's this other news story here. I didn't believe it
What
when
does that
I can't
mean
remember.
for people that are in violent relationships? What? I mean, I can't even bear
Leap
to
here.
tell
I'm going
the
to stick a
girls
cross
that.
on my house and call it a church party at mine, guys. Ashley Gardner, pubs are open Boxing Day. You're not allowed no one around your house. If the vaccine works with the new variant, I think they are assuming it will. Laura Taylor.
They really do seem to be saying.
But look
that
at this
across the
additional
board.
information here about travel in and out of London. Look, extra police in London to crack down on non-essential travel. Following chaotic scenes at London's train stations. What happened last night was exactly equivalent in London, for anyone who's outside, to what happened in Lombardy when I don't even remember, it was leaked on Twitter that the Italian government were going to bring in a lockdown. Everyone rushed. Now,
across the country to beat it with their parents.
Now, the problem is that literally last night, London, the pictures we were seeing, became a super spreader incident. I mean, I felt a little bit for Matt Hancock there when he was watching. What they should have said when they announced it last night
this is
was,
what makes
do
me really...
not travel tonight. They should have made it really clear, because everyone went into a panic.
I was in bits for people yesterday. I was saying to Mark, imagine, right, if you'd been working in London, we're all at home in the countryside, and of course, it's human nature. You're going to do everything you can. You would have done it. You probably would have said, I probably haven't got it. You'd have probably fought to get home.
Yeah.
You would have
if we were all seeing Nanny Thelma, we'd have gone early, wouldn't we?
It's human nature. We would have gone, get in the car. Nanny Thelma can't be on her own.
Yeah.
But
it's not irresponsible what everyone did.
Well, to the individual, it didn't seem it.
No.
But we can't think as individuals anymore. And I do think, yet again, now, yesterday I was feeling sorry for Boris. I was magnanimous. I opened my heart to his situation. No, but now I'm really effing cross with him, actually.
Maybe you don't.
Because having listened to everything this morning on the news and Sophie Ridge and everything, they have been trying to say this to him for the last few weeks. He's done it at the last minute, just like he has with everything else with this bloody pandemic. And the thing is, they weren't firm enough. They didn't say. They should have said. And it was only when a journalist
is saying government should have said Christmas was cancelled months ago.
Yeah, and it was only when a journalist asked Whitty yesterday, what would the person do that's packing their case at this moment to go up to Manchester to see the family? He said, I would ask them to unpack it. Well, you should have put that in that message when he first gave his announcement. He should have said, because we're in tier 4, it's everywhere in London, we're in the most infected area. But I feel really sad that this has now been taken right across the country, because it will have been. Because they didn't say you are not allowed to rush and get on a train and go home. But it's a bit like I was saying to Mark yesterday. In the countries where, in the areas that they're saying you can have Christmas Day, they might as well say you can have 3 days with your family. Because as infectious as they're saying this is, if you're sat in
Julie
for
Wilkinson says
half
he
an
did say.
hour.
Julie Wilkinson says he did say, "Unpack your bags."
No. But that was only when he was asked by a journalist, Whitty. It wasn't part of the statement when Boris stood there and said, "This is what you have to do." He didn't say, "Please do not travel across the country to be home," because this is so dangerous, which is what they've said since, what Matt Hancock was saying. This is so critical that we don't spread this variant to other parts of the country, that we are begging you not to rush to the
They've
train
done it
station.
though. It's happened.
And they've done it.
It's happened. Lombardy has happened. The same thing happened in
It's
Lombardy.
gone. It could have been contained. They almost needed to close the border of London, of the south and southeast. They needed to close.
Well, there
the
was
borders.
talk of them closing all of the main A roads, M roads, but look, Natasha Milchin, I've hunted online. There's still a lack of clarity on flights into Heathrow and what the terms of agreement are for people landing at Heathrow and
There
moving
shouldn't be
out.
a lack of clarity.
No, you're absolutely right.
We should absolutely know, because again, it's just nobody did anything illegal yesterday. Nobody did anything wrong. And then Matt Hancock sat there today looking at those pictures. Of
He
people
looked shocked.
and he was shocked in the stations. They were packed together, and he said, "Well, this is very irresponsible." You needed to tell people that they couldn't rush to the train stations. I mean, I felt so much for that. There was, they were talking to a couple of young people that were pulled into Glasgow, and they were like, "Oh, we just think of ourselves as just so lucky we got on that train and we got home." And I was like, yes, and if you were my daughter rushing back from the university, I'd be there just going, "Thank God you got here." But the facts still remain that we were supposed to be containing this variant in the southeast, and yet everyone let last trains home.
Now, the problem with that,
I don't
the real problem with that is that the government could argue, because in the past the government have always done this thing of saying, "Here's the news, it's happening on Thursday." I was expecting it perhaps to happen on Wednesday. So they could argue, "Well, we haven't given you 3 days to all evacuate London." The problem with it is that if this variant is 77% more infectious, it doesn't take a genius to work out what the movement of all those people across the country is going to do overnight, like it did in Italy. It's what took it from Lombardy to the rest of Italy.
I'm going to be honest here. I would have done exactly the same thing.
So
if I'd been stuck away from my family, I would have charged to that train station. I would have fought to get on that last train. I would have done everything to get home. I don't blame the individuals at all. But I'm saying, yet again, no clear messaging. And then after the event, they go, all these very irresponsible people.
Yeah, I think it goes back to this thing of individually, everyone did. Everyone is working individually for their own needs. And it's like that division, isn't it, between individual and collective. Margaret Biggins, you just mentioned that your hubby just made it back from the Netherlands. Now, of course, the Netherlands is the first country to cease all flights from the UK to the Netherlands because of this variant.
Because you can imagine how the rest of the world are looking at the UK now and go, "Oh my God, we don't want the Brits here." Yeah. But actually what they're saying is that our science is, they're saying, whether it's true, that our epidemiologists are so on top of this that we've actually just found the variant before.
It's our genomics team.
Genomics, but actually it's everywhere. They're saying this variant.
Well, it's cropping up everywhere. I mean, I saw a few po-faced American scientists and observers sort of saying, "Well, no, this is more a case of Britain just haven't got it under control."
God, they can talk.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen California? I mean, come on, let's get real here. So
get all patriotic.
I know. I mean, we are making. Why is it? I still want to know. Why do you think, guys? Can you tell me why? Why has this new strain developed in Kent and London?
Nobody even asked that question.
No one's asked that question.
Sophie Rich didn't ask the question on Morning.
I mean, my theory on this is that could it be anything to do with the tailbacks? We toyed with this on the Sunday show papers.
Yeah.
Could it be anything to do with the thousands of lorries and European, I guess, drivers all on these roads, the log jam? Could it be to do with the fact that Kent and London is the thoroughfare through which most traffic into the country comes? Is it once again not closing our airport?
Have you seen the queues? Have you seen them? Let's just think for a moment about those poor drivers. How long have they been stuck there, Mark?
Oh, weeks.
Right? Where are they weeing? Where are they pooing? How are they getting food? It's inhumane. And can you even imagine what the area is like around there? I mean, where are they going to go to the loo? I mean, what are we actually going to do about that? And it's a good point. Maybe sitting there for, well, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the thing is look, okay, so there was a sudden rush on the transport system last night. They're throwing lots of transport police out there to stop non-essential travel. I mean, Izzy made an observation quite a while back when there was some issue with tier 3 and tier 2 when she was in Bristol. And like she said, we don't have the infrastructure to implement some of the rules that we want to be able to implement.
Yeah, exactly.
And one of the issues we've got here is that flood, if you like, from London is probably still happening today.
Yeah.
People will be jumping in cars, even if they're not jumping on trains, and they'll be heading off. Now, a lot of people, and this is tiring me out a little bit, a lot of people are suggesting that the introduction of this new strain is a lie and is a method of the government trying to ratchet up and reverse and U-turn on a decision that a lot of people feel they shouldn't have made the decision. We feel that. We feel they shouldn't have promised Christmas so early. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. We predicted that this was going to lead to an enormous surge, and that's happening. And all of this is happening now in order to prevent that surge being worse than it is. My problem is they've lost the will of the people. I think that the vast majority of people are going to rush around. Now, I don't think they can be lying about this strain. It would be revealed, it would be uncovered.
All those scientists, the epidemiologists, the genomists.
For all of Whitty and Valence's, ineffectiveness or the fact that they might have used the wrong charts on certain occasions or whatever, they could not, with all due respect, stand in front of the nation and say we've contacted the WHO about this. If there
it's
wasn't
a lie. So
any
we just it might be wishful thinking, but it's not true. It just can't be true. And you know, in Spain they were talking about this in October. They first noticed this variant in September. But they couldn't work out, it was only until it was like late November, wasn't it, that they started seeing how it was working. So I think that's made a lot of people suspicious because they're saying, well, we knew about this before, how come then we didn't know? I said, all this stuff takes time to work out how something works.
Donna Armishaw has never had a shout out. Shout out to you.
Donna
and a happy birthday to your granddaughter Morgan.
Happy birthday, Morgan. Happy birthday, Morgan.
15.
Happy birthday, dear Morgan. Happy birthday to you. And Donna Armishaw, you are a family guest. So did you never have a welcome to be a family guest?
I think you deserve
Donna Armishaw, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome.
I have to do all sorts of things with parts of my body to get that low.
I know, I'm waiting to hear as well, Faith, given what John Campbell
said.
Yeah, I was looking yesterday. No, he takes his time because he looks at every bit of data. He doesn't just throw something out.
He's not one to be rushed.
He's not one to be rushed. He's thorough. He's absolutely
So do you think he's
thorough.
compiling and composing his list of details now?
You've got to see his film on his rage about the vitamin D, about them saying more research is needed. He's
yeah. I noticed there was a report saying we can't all just jump on the vitamin D.
Well, you've got to watch his film.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he get emotional?
And he was talking about how he marks MAs and dissertations, and he says, and every student will always put more research is needed. He says, I always say, don't put more research in it. It's a waste of a sentence. Yeah. Everything always needs more research. He was outraged with it.
I liked Valence saying, Mrs. O says, assume you are contagious. They should have used that strapline from the start.
Well, I remember in the early days, Kay saying this to me because they were saying that in the early days. And I said, yeah, but if you think about what that means, if you have it, that means you don't leave your bedroom. You don't talk to your family, you use a separate toilet. That's what you're supposed to do when you've got it. So it's actually totally impossible because if you've got it, you have to self-isolate, and we can't self-isolate. You can't. If you actually read the rules of what self-isolate is, like if you've got it and you have to self-isolate, you're supposed to go in your room and not come out 14 days.
Can I make a suggestion? If everyone in the country was to self-isolate for exactly 21 days.
That's what we did. We did lockdown.
And be tested.
We did lockdown in March for longer than 21 days.
Lockdowns only work if you can get your testing system in place.
But every time they've done a lockdown, they haven't got stuff sorted for when we come out of the lockdown. That's why. And so with this tier 4, what's happening whilst we're doing this?
So Netherlands, Mandy Nanny says that Belgium have also banned all UK flights. In a minute, we're going to be literally the pariah
state.
The rat-infested pariah of the world. I don't know the veracity of this story. It was sent to me on Instagram. But by all accounts, there is a shortage of syringes for implementing the vaccine.
Oh, please don't tell me that.
So a little bit like the
please
shortage of PPE.
Don't tell me that.
Is this true? Is this true? I haven't had a chance to double check. Roy's in McCain. IT problem, glitch in that area and a loss of close contact, a positive case of D cells. Then it went... sorry, that went off. Todd the Bunny. How are you, Todd the Bunny? We haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, hope
My
you're
neighbours
well.
ignore every lockdown, having people round through it all. This time I'm done. I'm reporting her always alone on Christmas, but see my friend from Liverpool Christmas Eve. Now nothing. Seen no one since Feb.
Oh,
Todd the
God.
Bunny.
Well,
Bloody
yes.
hell.
Oh, sweetie.
It is hard when you feel you're making enormous sacrifices and then morons don't. It's just
Yeah.
annoying. Nadia Mark, can you give Suzanne Stone thank you? She has gifted her card from you to my daughter Megan as she's working in care home all through Christmas and won't see her. She'll be on her own. So a thank you to Susan Stone, of course.
Yeah,
There
and
you go.
Suzanne Stone, we will still give you a card.
Yeah.
So
Send your address again
Send
to
your
Michelle.
address.
Jane Bentley, Claire, I'm so sorry. Hello from Texas, Seafield. Sorry, we catch some of you having conversations with each other. Apologies. Mika Mack, we are 3 weeks away from family guest's first birthday. I know, it's episode 50 of the No Name Sunday show today, and you've got some festively joyful food to...
oh my God, the salmon Wellington.
Oh, God, it's not a trifling affair, is
So
it?
delicious, and the trifle is
Not a trifling
enormous. Absolutely
Oh,
enormous.
Dawn Decker, my son is in Holland, I'm in the States, and the rest of the family's in London. Oh, my
Oh,
God, and your
God.
Christmas will stink, but hoping next year will be better for
Oh,
everyone.
sweetie.
Oh.
Yes, I can sing happy
where is it gone?
birthday
Sorry.
to
Pretty
son
please,
Charlie,
Millie
who was
Parfit.
6 yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charlie. Father Christmas is still coming. Happy birthday to you. Did I tell you about my friend whose kid thought that Father Christmas wouldn't be able to come because of the pandemic? It was so sweet.
Father Christmas
So I
always
suppose
arrives.
Father Christmas won't be able to come. Father Christmas never lets us down.
Our girls think Father Christmas wasn't going to come for them, but he is coming. I've heard he's bell.
Monsura Begum, hello. Dragon Rose, hello. Rachel Sayers, Louise Jones, MeTube. Check out scientist Rob Swander on Twitter for a great explanation of how the vaccine works. Oh, I will. Thank you. I'm just going to take a photograph of that. Rob Swander. Rob Swander. I'll write it down on here. Thank you, MeTube.
Rob Swander. Erin, viruses mutate. They do mutate all the time. Apparently, from what they were saying, there's been something like 37 mutations, but this one particular one in the southeast. Why aren't people interested in why it's developed in the southeast? Why is no one asking that question?
Yeah, why is it?
Because surely if we understand why it's mutated and
Yeah.
taken hold here, we might be able to...
because they always mutate.
No, I know that, but why is it particularly
Yeah.
prevalent in the southeast?
And sometimes it's not a bad thing, a mutation. Sometimes it can be the beginning of a fizzle out.
But can mutations get worse?
Yes.
Well, this is, so half empty, half full. It's beginning to irritate me, this
Oh,
now.
Emma Apthorpe, shit Christmas boyfriend of 6 years broke up with me yesterday as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, Emma.
Oh,
sweetie.
well, Emma, we did a How to Stay Married on breakups.
We did.
About, right, it was
Quite a while
probably,
ago.
it was a couple of months into lockdown. Have a search of it, How to Stay Married So Far on here. Was it called Breaking Up?
I think it was about being done. I can't remember. Heartbreaker. Yeah, it's
Heartbreaker, I think it's the
Heartbreaker is in
title.
the title. Is there any good news to talk about? Asks Becky Hicks. Bill Bailey won Strictly.
Yay!
It's very hard, isn't it? I mean, I want good news, but when you're sat in the epicenter of shit, even with a stupid hat on, it's very hard. You're right. I'd really like to find some good news, but what is the good news at the
Well, the
moment?
good news is
Bill Bailey won Strictly! Yay! Is that it? Is that it? I might grow my hair like Bill's. He's got a good haircut.
put in good news on the 20th of December and see what comes
Well, I'm going
up.
to go down here. I'm going to have a look. Bill Bailey's family life. Kylie Jenner confronted by animal rights activists. Let's have a look.
Well, there was that lovely story actually of the man that had done 222 days in hospital with COVID and he's home. And he was told that there was no way that he was going to live. And now he's at home with his family for Christmas, which I thought was a very lovely, heartwarming story. But actually, as we're flicking up here, it's just one bit of bad news after another.
2 weeks after defying, what has Denmark done right in its COVID-19 responses? Loved and lost. Literally all of the news flow.
Nothing.
I mean, you're going to be hard pushed to find a journalist looking into positive news at the moment. It's just hard. Claire Mallin, what's happened to Claire Mallin? Someone's saying, send love to Claire Mallin. Where is Claire Mallin? Can't see it. Claire Mallin, hey guys, had some devastating news on Friday. my 16-week scan that my twins no longer have heartbeats. Oh, sweetheart.
Oh,
I have
God.
to deliver them tomorrow. Oh, sweetheart.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
That's
God. I mean,
horrendous.
words. There are no
Oh,
words.
sweetie, and you
Oh.
know, we had a number of miscarriages,
Not
and
that- yeah.
I can only, you know, that the one where they said to me that there was no longer a heartbeat, and then I had the option of being at home. I mean, it wasn't twins, and then I came home to have the miscarriage, and there are no words, really. There are no words.
No.
But what I would say is, from the second you know you are pregnant, and this is what I would say to anyone that ever, if anyone ever talks to you about their miscarriage, please never say to them, and how many weeks was it? Like, how many weeks of it makes a difference? I think the second you know you're pregnant, it's certainly the case for me, each time I was pregnant, I knew, I was looking towards their whole life. And
You lose a whole narrative.
and
of life,
I'm
yeah.
also a great believer, and I say this every opportunity that I can, to really think about why we are told to keep our pregnancies a secret for the first 3 months. Because I think when you keep it a secret, I think it can be so much harder. Because if people know that you're pregnant, they've invested in that joy and in that hope and in those
That's a very
dreams.
important point,
And
that.
then when you turn around and you might say, I've lost them, they're like, oh, I've lost that baby. They're like, oh, right. Now, I think actually I think it was probably originated from men. Women keep it a secret in case you lose it, because then there's some
It's probably
shame.
a medically induced thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Because believe you me, there is no such thing as you calling it if you say it too early. It's about keeping you quiet so that you can, I'm sure women were scuttled away and hidden away to grieve on their own and to not have, you know, not make a fuss. So Claire, our hearts, both of us, really go out to you,
Yeah.
because it's incredibly painful. So
We did
Yeah.
do a How to Stay Married about our experience as a miscarriage.
yeah,
as well,
and we've
so-
had lots of people over the years since we've posted that saying that it really helps them. Because also, I don't know your circumstances, I don't know with your partner, but I think what's great about that How to Stay Married is the fact that you get from your side as well. And you found it very difficult, that last miscarriage, didn't you? Didn't you? You were really in a bad way. And so and we don't hear often enough from men actually, and how it affects them. So when you're ready, not yet, obviously, you know, that's something to think about, to maybe watch it and maybe get some comfort. Because it's like everything in life, isn't it? Like I say to the girls, you know, problem shared is a problem halved. To be able to feel that somebody else might have felt something close or something similar to the pain that you might be feeling. It's amazing how comforting that can be. So
Yeah, and of course you can have a card to you and them. Of course you can. Of course you can. Send your address to Michelle at the bottom. Troll alert. Can you just carry on? Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. Let's get rid of them. Go on. Got rid of them. Thanks, Arms Jams. Just tragic. Isn't it funny how a troll could come out at a time like that? Truly nasty.
well, anyway, ignore them.
Got rid
They
of them.
never deserve our
Got rid of
breath.
them. Got rid of them.
They don't deserve our breath.
Welcome, Jonathan. Not the John Campbell, but a Jonathan Campbell
Oh,
has landed as a family
Jonathan
guest.
Campbell, if you are new to our family guests, you are going to hear me say the word John Campbell a lot.
Yeah.
He's a major crush of mine,
Yeah.
and I am a little in love with him. And so
Don't get confused, Jonathan.
don't get confused, Jonathan. It
Jonathan
won't be.
Campbell's asking straight away, guys, how do you feel about the level 4 tier? I mean, we're heartbroken, really, because of course it's the impact. I mean,
Not
the-
for us, but
well,
for the people
well, we
that,
are.
again...
It's for your family, for your
Yeah.
mum and dad, for the girls.
Yes.
We
But I
are.
wouldn't say I'm
Everyone-
heartbroken. I would
I am.
say that I feel sad about it. But
Businesses, everything.
I cannot believe, and yesterday I felt very down. I really did. But I was talking to my sister later on that day on the phone, and I mentioned this yesterday in the live, and she was telling me about how she'd been down in Streatham, and this was before the announcement, And she said there was an entire family out on the street, which she said clearly that all their possessions in black bin liners in the sheet rain, just standing there. So we both there and then on the phone, we said, we are just going to be so grateful for what we've got. And we are very grateful. We're sad about our kids. Oh my God, I cannot bear to have the conversation with the girls about this. But for us personally, we are okay.
Well, no. But the point is that everyone is entitled to feel what they're feeling, regardless of their circumstances.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone's circumstances are different. Ours aren't as bad as those on the street. Of course not. But at the end of the day, one can feel that sense of heartbreak and devastation as an empathetic thing. And for me, you know, central London at the moment, and all the businesses that are in there and all the ancillary businesses that feed off those businesses is devastated. I mean, you go into the central town, it's devastated. And at the moment, this prospect, I don't see how London is going to recover. And then if you add on top of this, the whole nightmare of Brexit, and I just hope that they rationalise their attitudes on the fishing industry that accounts for 0.1% of our gross, GDP. Please sort that out. And in the vested interest of everyone in Europe and everyone in the UK, I don't want to get into a blame game. Get a good deal, because the last thing we need over the top of this total travesty is a no-deal Brexit with all the shit that's going to bring. I mean, in many regards, they should just say, come on, let's just strike the deal now. It's just infuriating. So I am heartbroken in a empathetic fashion for others.
And Charlie was very happy with that.
Oh, good.
Charlie, you're 6.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, Christmas is going to be so magical.
I've got the Sunday show to edit now.
I missed somebody there who said she didn't get a welcome song. Can you put it in capitals? And actually, Jonathan didn't get a welcome song.
Jonathan Campbell.
Jonathan Campbell, Jonathan Campbell, Jonathan Campbell, Jonathan Campbell, Jonathan Campbell.
Oh, he's just terminated his membership.
Jonathan Campbell. See?
No, I'm just joking. It's funny. Your name flew off the screen as soon as you started singing. Law Owen, congratulations. 45th wedding anniversary today. Oh, look, there's Tutti Fruit. That's a great name. Welcome as a family guest. You have to do your Tutti Fruit.
Tutti Fruit.
Do you remember?
Tutti Fruit.
6 baubles shattered on that Christmas tree.
You can always do this and stick that in your ear. Hello?
It's like an eel. Oh, that's nice. That works.
Welcome, Tutti Fruit, to the family guest area. Today, don't forget, you've got 50 shows to watch.
After today's show, you've got 50.
50 shows. It's 50p a week in the members area, and you get lovely extra content there. But don't worry, because there's plenty of content on here as well. So
I'm mouthing profanities behind this.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Sorry I missed who it was that never got their welcome song, but sing us a song. Nadia, you two make my day.
Sarah Tace, how is Fat Christmas going, Nadia? I'm chubbing up well.
I'm chubbing up. I've crossed my buffer already.
You've crossed your buffer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Emily Joy, have a shout out. Yes, she can. Emily Joy, Emily Joy, Emily Joy.
Oh, bless you.
Let's sing them a little song. Let's sing them a little Christmas song to say goodbye.
Which one should we do?
What would you like us to sing? What Christmas song? Don't go none, please.
Well, we don't know the words. Let's sing Jack Frost.
No, we don't. We never know that.
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman.
Let's find the words.
Let's sing one that Charlie could sing. Charlie, who's 6.
Let's find Frosty the Snowman lyrics.
Frosty the Snowman. And you can find the lyrics, guys, and sing with us.
Okay.
Frosty the Snowman. That's the wrong. No, you can't start up there. Where are we going to end?
Frosty the Snowman.
Listen. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic
in that old sick hat they
found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. 1, 2, 3, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me.
Thumpity thump, thump, thumpity thump, thump. Look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump.
I think we'll bow out there.
Thump, thump.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Frosty
If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can always be notified when we're here to annoy you.
Frosty the snowman
La 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 la. La 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 la.